Why should we obey God? There are three things we need to know in obeying God. We obey God because we love Him. As God says in John chapter 14, verses 15 and 24, it says, "If ye love me, keep my commandments. He that loveth me not keepeth not my saying, and the word which ye hear is not mine, but the Father's which sent me." Number 2, obedience brings blessing. Disobedience brings a curse. Even as children, we were rewarded by our parents for heeding their instructions and be scolded or punished for disobeying or ignoring their directives. As God says in Deuteronomy chapter 11, verses 27 to 28, it says, "A blessing if ye obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you this day. And a curse if you will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God, but turn aside out of the way which I command you this day, to go after other gods which ye have not known." So, if you fully obey the Lord your God and carefully keep all His commandments that I'm giving you today, the Lord your God will set you high above all the nations of the world. As God says in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verses 1 to 6, it says, "And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all His commandments, which I command thee this day, the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee, and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. Blessed shall be in the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thine kind, and the flock of thy sheep. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out." So, number 3, obedience precedes prosperity and success. When we obey God, we will not be disappointed. Obeying God in a small matters brings a big blessing. As God says in Joshua chapter 1, verses 7 to 8, it says, "Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success." Remember, my friend, why should we obey God? We obey God because we love God. We obey God because of the blessings. We obey God because God will give us prosperity and good success. So thank you, my dear friend, and let's obey God.